noticed it with loads of boxing fans. When they talk about fantasy matchups, one matchup that they always tend to bring up, which is who would have won in a fight between Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd Mayweather. And it makes perfect sense if you think about it. Obviously, Floyd Mayweather is regarded by most as the best fighter of his generation, and Sugar Ray Leonard was definitely one of the best fighters of his generation, and is definitely one of the best fighters ever. So it just makes sense when you're comparing fighters of this era with the past era. You're obviously going to compare two fighters that were widely considered to be the best fighters in their era against each other, because that's the best way to compare eras to some extent. Like who would have won between Floyd Mayweather versus Sugar Ray Leonard is in a weird way saying whose era would have been is considered the best era, better era than the other era that they're comparing it to. So obviously, in my opinion, I think Leonard would have definitely beaten Floyd Mayweather, and the reason why I think that is because first of all, Leonard beat Wilfred Benitez, who was a defensive wizard. This dude won his first world title at the age of 17. I mean, this guy was a three-time world champion in three weight classes and is one of the most defensively sound boxers ever. A lot of people marvel at Floyd Mayweather's defensive skills, and they've got a reason to marvel at it. He's defensively one of the best fighters ever. But Wilfred Benitez was almost like the Floyd Mayweather of his day. Back in the day, this dude fought everyone, and for some reason he's just not put up there like the four kings are. But Sugar Ray Leonard beat him to win his first world title, and on top of that, he beat Thomas Hearns, he beat Marvin Hagler, he beat Roberto Duran. I mean, these are fighters that you can't really put on Floyd Mayweather's resume. But regardless of that, there's one matchup I've never seen anyone else mention. Well, people do mention it, but they don't mention it as commonly as who would win in a fight between Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard, and that's who would win in a fight between Manny Pacquiao and Sugar Ray Leonard. Now, in my opinion, I think that's a more exciting fight than Ray Leonard versus Floyd Mayweather. With a Ray Leonard versus Floyd Mayweather fight, it's very easy to predict what's going to happen. Floyd Mayweather's gonna obviously be on the back foot and try to be defensive and try to pot shot, and Ray Leonard will be the one that's coming forward and trying to take his head off. Um, and obviously Ray Leonard is the bigger man. This is a dude that went up to light heavyweight and won a world title. And Floyd Mayweather obviously started his career at super featherweight, and Ray Leonard started his career at welterweight. So obviously Ray Leonard is the bigger man. So that it makes sense for him to actually go towards the smaller guy. But in terms of who would win in a fight between Ray Leonard and Pacquiao, excuse me, sorry about that. My phone was just ringing there. Bear with me a second. Oh, fuck's sake. Can you call me back? I'm busy right now. Bye. I'm busy right now. Bye. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. So like, who would have won in a fight between uh Ray Leonard and Pacquiao? In my opinion, I think Ray Leonard would have definitely won that fight because obviously Ray Leonard is like Ray Leonard has multiple ways of fighting. Ray Leonard had a great fight IQ. They had this ability to actually figure things out on the fly. So if you watch a fight with him and Marvin Hagler, or if you watch a fight with him and Thomas Hearns, when he was getting outboxed by Thomas Hearns, his instincts was to come alive towards the end of the fight and actually knock him through the ropes. And on top of that, like he had this ability, this fight IQ to switch game plans within the actual fight. Now, if you look at Pacquiao, Pacquiao's one of them fighters who doesn't really have that ability. Like he is a veteran now, and he does have more. He's got more intelligence than he's given credit for. But a lot of his success was based on him actually following the game plan that Freddie Roach gave to him. Ray Leonard was a fighter that used to, in a weird way, he's a bit like Floyd Mayweather in the sense that he would figure out the fight as he went along. So just based on that ability to adapt to the opponent, and he's fought a wide range of opponents from Marvin Hagler to Thomas Hearns to Roberto Duran to Wilfred Benitez. These four fighters fought nothing alike. These were fighters that had very distinctive styles, and Ray Leonard managed to beat them all. I know some people are going to contend about him fighting Marvin Hagler, but that's that in it. But just to be fair, Ray Leonard did actually beat them all. So in my opinion, in terms of his ability to adapt to different styles, I think he just edges Pacquiao at this point. But I think that's a way more exciting fight than a Ray Leonard versus a Floyd Mayweather fight, because you know what's going to happen in a Floyd Mayweather fight. He's just going to run around. With a Ray Leonard versus Pacquiao fight, there's more of an element of the unknown because of the fact that with Ray Leonard being so versatile and Pacquiao being dynamic as well, and both of them have got very fast hands. You're more likely to get more explosion with that fight than Ray Leonard versus Mayweather fight. So tell me what you think below. Who do you think would win that particular fight? Obviously, I think Leonard would beat both Pacquiao and Mayweather, but that's just my opinion. Tell me your opinion below, and like and subscribe to this video. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace out.